A very good morning to the students of class 10. Today, this is the third and the last class, the concluding class of the poem Dust of Snow by Robert Frost. I hope whatever I have taught you in the previous two classes, you have understood them. And today I am going to give you questions. I will give you long questions of 8 marks, which you will write from 100 to 120 words. I will give you 2 marks questions which you will write in 30 to 40 words, and I will give you reference to the context. Okay, so first you will write one long question which I will give you. Just write down the question. It's you can say to some extent based on your understanding. It's value based question. Okay, write down the question. No matter how ordinary or unimportant an incident may be, no matter how ordinary or unimportant an incident may be, it's the reaction or the response that matters. It's the reaction or the response that matters. Full stop. Taking inspiration from the poet's reaction, write how inherent values are the values that we are having within us. Okay, how inherent values can be picked up and learned. Full stop. Mention any two lessons for students like you that could be useful. In the bracket, you write Dust of Snow by Robert Frost. So, I am repeating the question. No matter how ordinary or unimportant an incident may be, it's the reaction or the response that matters. Taking inspiration from the poet's reaction, write how inherent values can be picked up and learned. Mention any 2 lessons for students like you that could be useful. So all of you are having inherent values within yourselves. So all of us are having inherent values that are within us. So in respect to the poem, how Robert Frost has tried to show us that how we can enlighten the inherent values. What are the 2 lessons that you have learned from the poem? Okay. So you will write a long answer basing on that. I hope you can answer. Okay. So you write down the question and try to write down the answer from your understanding of the poem. And I'm sure you can write this answer. Now I will give you 2 marks questions. 2 marks questions I have already given you. One is the central idea and the other one is how nature is represented by Robert Frost in the poem Dust of Snow. Now question number 1. Today's question number 1. What is the underlying message for us? In our hectic life? What is the underlying message for us in our hectic life? With reference to the poem Dust of Snow. Dust of Snow within inverted comma. Okay. So what is the underlying message for us in our hectic life with reference to the poem Dust of Snow? This is the first 2 marks question, okay, of today. Now, write question number 2. What are the literary devices used in the poem Dust of Snow? In this question, only you are asked to write the name of the literary devices. It's a 2 marks question. Okay. So you are only asked to mention the literary devices. Understood? So literary devices is taught to you. You can write. Question number 3. How many symbols do you find in the poem Dust of Snow? How many symbols do you find in the poem within inverted comma Dust of Snow? Next question. What is a dust of snow What is a dust of snow? It's not the name of the poem. What is a dust of snow? It's the same question. Different parts of the question is there. What does the poet say has changed his mood? What does the poet say has changed his mood? Next part of the question. How has the poet's mood changed? How has the poet's mood changed? Next question. What do the crow and hemlock tree represent? What do the crow and the hemlock tree represent? Dash, joy or sorrow. Joy or sorrow. Next part of the question. What does the dust of snow that the crow shakes off, OFF off a hemlock tree stand for? Okay. What do the crow and hemlock tree represent? Joy or sorrow? This is first part of the question. Second part of the question. What does the dust of snow that the crow shakes off, OFF a hemlock tree stand for? You know. So, these are the questions that I gave you from the chapter. Previous day, 2 questions. Today, 5 questions. 1 long question and this 2 marks question. Now, I am going to give you reference to the context. Okay, you write down the extract now. Reference to the context number 1. The way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. The dust of snow from a hemlock tree. Okay. Name the poem and the poet. Name the poem and the poet. B. Where was the crow? B. Where was the crow? C. What did it shake on the poet? What did it shake on the poet? D. What is the poet's state of mind? What is the poet's state of mind? So, this is reference to the context number 1. So, number 1, the lines you have written, the way a crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree. Write within quotation, within inverted comma. Question number 1, name the poem and the poet. B. Question number A, name the poem and the poet. B. Where was the crow? C. What did it shake on the poet? D. What is the poet's state of mind? Done. Now write reference to the context B. Number 2. Reference to the context number 2. Has given my heart a change of mood. Has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. Has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued. Question A. What is the rhyme scheme of the passage? What is the rhyme scheme of the passage? The 4 lines that are given here, what is the rhyme scheme? Okay, understood? Given last day. Next, what is the meaning of the word within inverted comma rude? R-U-E-D. What is the meaning of the word rude? R-U-E-D. I gave you the meaning already. Question number C. Of what change does the poet mention here? Of what change does the poet mention here? Question number D. Whose part of the day has been saved? Whose part of the day has been saved? Now, so to reference to the context also I have given you. I hope you can write all the answers here. To reference to the context also I have given you, and 2 marks question, 1 broad question. Yesterday 2 questions. So far I have tried to cover all the questions that are possible in the chapter, from the chapter. I hope all of you can surely write all the answers. I would request all of you to maintain the copy properly and write down these questions. Now, there are thousands and thousands of questions from a chapter, but more or less some questions, some basic questions are there. If you know the answer of those questions, then you can write all thematic answers or textual answers, whatever is there from the text you can write. So, I hope you have understood the poem. You can answer all the questions and read the literary devices, the rhyming scheme, the summary. So this is for today, and this chapter is completed. Next week, any other teacher of yours will come to you with a new chapter. Okay, so bye for today.